children seem so innocent. You could never imagine a baby or a small boy taking someone's life or harming anyone in any way. But remember, all of the most evil people throughout history were once innocent kids. Today we look at some of the most haunting childhood photos. These photos may seem cute on the surface, but when you find out who's behind the image, you will be haunted forever. I'm Charlie, and today we're going to look at what the most evil people looked like as kids. But before we get into it, why not subscribe and press the notification bell too. Coming up first, we have Staring Kid. Check out this sepia image of a boy staring down the camera. You'll notice he's wearing quite old school clothing and has short hair. He also has big black eyes staring directly into the camera. This image was taken in 1882, and it's of the Russian leader Joseph Stalin. Stalin was the ruthless leader of the Soviet Union from 1922 till 1953. Granted, he was a member of the Allied forces and defeated Germany in WW2, but he was also known for the Great Purge. This is where over 1 million people were imprisoned in gulags, which were work camps. And he also oversaw 700,000 executions between 1934 and 1939. He's seen as one of the most ruthless dictators of all time. And coming from a poor, simple background, I'm sure no one thought this kid would go on to such big things. Next up is Disney Boy. This image was taken in more modern times. Can you guess who it is? As you can see in the image, the boy is wearing a general's military uniform despite only being a young kid. But this is not a Halloween costume. If you still haven't figured it out, then this image should give it all away. As you can see, this boy is now wearing a Mickey Mouse hat and is at Disneyland. That's right, this image is of Kim Jong-un. And he's pictured here with his father, Kim Jong-il, at Disneyland. But what turned this Disney-obsessed kid into a mass murderer? It's thought the brutality of his father was passed down to him, which is why he's so ruthless. Kim Jong-un is known for constantly threatening the world with nuclear missiles. But what's worse is what he does to his own people. Many are kept in forced work camps, or sometimes simply executed. For example, one of Kim Jong-un's closest confidants was recently taken out simply because he had coronavirus. And a South Korean NGO has identified 318 sites which North Korea uses as labor camps. It's crazy to think this kid enjoying Disneyland Tokyo would go on to be such a ruthless dictator. Next up is the Black Sheep. This photograph taken in 1965 shows a very serious looking young boy. He's wearing a neat white shirt and has dark black hair and dark black eyes. As a young boy, he's obviously clean shaven, but when I add this, maybe you can guess who it is. No? Well, this person went on to be the leader of Al-Qaeda. That's right, this is Osama bin Laden of the billionaire bin Laden family. The bin Laden family are a very respected business family. Some have said that Osama went on to become a CIA agent, but then turned militant and founded Al-Qaeda in 1988. He was known for playing a key role in the Twin Towers incident. And according to the USA, he was taken out by Navy SEALs in 2011. It's scary to think that this young boy went on to be one of the most feared men in the world, and especially as he came from a very well-positioned billionaire background. Next up is COWBOY. Every kid loves to play dress up, even the evil ones. The cowboys were known for taking out many Native Americans. But what if I told you that this little cowboy would later confess to taking the lives of over 30 people? That's right, this smiling kid is Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy is said to be America's most famous serial killer. He's confessed to taking over 30 lives, but many believe it's far more than that. Many body language experts say his neutral facial expression implied he was a true psychopath, and it seems he was even a very smiley boy despite a very dark underbelly. Ted Bundy was taken out by electric chair in 1989, and despite the smiley photos from his childhood, he had a terrible upbringing. His stepfather was incredibly harsh on him and hurt him a lot, and many say that's likely what triggered his brain to go mad and take all those lives. Next up is Bowl Cut Baby. What if I told you that this baby with a bowl cut hairdo would go on to be one of the scariest and most dangerous people in history? It's crazy to think someone so innocent looking would have so much evil inside them. If you can't guess who this is, then check out this other childhood photo. This image shows the young boy known as Adolf with his more known haircut. He's scarily staring down the camera in a school photo. Of course, he would go on to be the mustached Chancellor of Germany. He would later wage a war on the world, taking millions of lives, and also taking tens of millions more lives with camps he set up. According to official documents, he would end his life in 1945 when he realized he would not win WW2, although many say he escaped to Argentina. Either way, it's very haunting to think a cute baby could turn into a total monster. Next up is Scruffy Boy. You probably won't be able to guess who this scruffy kid is. He's got a lopsided haircut and does not look like he could cause any harm. But he would go on to be the immaculate-looking president of Iraq. That's right, this kid is Saddam Hussein. He would take over the Iraqi Ba'ath Party. Human Rights Watch estimates between 50 and 100,000 people passed away at the hands of Saddam Hussein. He would take the lives of anyone who went against his regime. That is until the United States invaded Iraq in 2003 and took him out. Next up is Angry Kid. This old photograph of a child is very haunting, but it's even more scary when you find out who this boy turned into. This boy would go on to take the lives of 33 young men. He was John Wayne Gacy, also known as the real-life Pennywise. He would dress up as a clown he called Pogo, and he would then take the lives of many young men. He was executed in 1994 for his crimes. But even in his childhood photos, he looks like he wants to take the life of the photographer. Next up is Normal Teen. Looking at this photo, it kind of seems like just a normal teen boy. The kid kind of looks like a young Joe Rogan, and at the time this photo was taken, he was said to be very well-mannered. But this guy did not go on to be a podcaster. Instead, he went on to take the lives of 49 women. That's right, this person is Gary Ridgway. He's known as the Green River Killer, and he's one of the most feared people in American modern history. It's thought he took these lives between 1982 and 1998. And he was finally caught in 2001 after DNA was able to link back to him. And finally on the list, we have Unhappy Boy. This boy looks incredibly bored and unhappy, but he doesn't exactly look scary. However, he really is. The boy in this photo is Alexander Pikhushkin, and he is a Russian madman known for taking 60 lives. He was known as the Bitsa Park Maniac. He was caught in 2006 thanks to surveillance footage from a Moscow metro system, and this young kid is now serving life in Russia's toughest prison. Now it's time to make your voice heard. Vote in the poll in the top right corner. Who is the scariest person on this list? If you want some more amazing videos, check out my second channel. But as always, thanks for watching. There's some more videos you may like on screen right now. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to Top 10s.